Well, you may be expecting at this point to be seeing the Pirates going into action against Oxford in the playoff semi-final. Well, I'm pleased to say the result of that match was success for the Pirates, and the result of the return leg at Oxford meant that they qualified for the playoff final itself. Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control, the coverage of that home fixture has been lost and is irretrievable. But I am pleased to say that the coverage of the final itself is being released on a special video, and this special video is also accompanied by a booklet. And that booklet is a souvenir which comes with every copy of our playoff special video covering the events at Coventry and back here at Poole when the boys pulled off that magic Elite League title win. Well, of course, all of our videos follow the Pirates through the 2003 season. So if you haven't got a copy, you are still able to get one. It's not too late. You can go online to www.piratevideos.co.uk and you can place your order there. Or why not ring the stadium? They will be able to put you in touch with Pirate Videos and get your copies that way. So it's not too late. If you want to relive all of the highlights and possibly some of the lowlights of the 2003 season with the Pirates, make sure you get your copies and get up to date with the whole of this series. When it comes to Pirate profiles, I wouldn't mind betting that many of you have been waiting to hear about one man in particular. This focuses on Pirates' proudest asset. He's a rider who has captured the World Championship on 5 occasions. He's rated by many, including myself, and not surprisingly, most of his peers, to be the greatest rider of his time. And he is, of course, Tony Rickardsson. We caught up with Tony just after he'd returned from an injury that kept him out of the sport for 6 weeks. First of all, Tony, you've just returned from injury and you've been out of action for probably one of the longest periods that we've seen you out of action for a while. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, feeling better and better for every day, and I just want to get back and get in riding, fit again. So, but apart from that, I'm feeling good.
And when it comes to your career, I understand through a bit of research that you may have been destined never to be a speedway rider because you were very successful at ice hockey.
Well, no, not really. That successful. But I enjoyed playing it. That was a good game. I still enjoy it.
Do you feel you're an all-round sportsman?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
And I've got to say that making the switch perhaps from ice hockey to motorcycling, was that a natural switch? Have you always been interested in engineering? Because the family background is in engineering, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think, I think that come more on the later part of my life. I think I just was interested in all kinds of sports, and I think I ended up in the speedway because it was an individual sport and I really enjoy that.
Nowadays I know that you like to get on the golf course, and one of your favourite partners is Hans Nielsen.
Yeah, well, it's a few years since I played golf now, but I used to play a bit with Hans, and that was really good when we doing a GP. We used to play together quite a bit.
From what I've seen of you, you seem to be almost a perfectionist. Is that something that you feel that you might be in everything that you do?
No, I have a totally different look out on myself. Opposite.
It certainly seems to spread in the way that you prepare the team and the way that you prepare for meetings and everything that you do. So where does that come from?
I don't know. Personally, like I said, I don't feel that way, So we just try having fun and try to do as good job as we can, And obviously you gotta try hard to make a good job. But I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist. Far off.
I know that you're a very modest man, but nonetheless, many of the riders we speak to, they look up to you and they say that you're the rider to aspire to, clearly the world champion. But who are the riders when you're at the top that you admire, and who are the riders that you admired when on your way up to the top?
I think I was, on the way up. Obviously, I was very privileged to be able to race with my, great heroes when I was a kid, from guys like John Cook. I never raced against Dennis Segalos, but I was a great fan of him, and obviously Hans Nielsen, Eric Anderson, and all those guys. And apart from that, now it's so many good riders up at the top, and you always keep an eye on what they're doing, and that to try to keep sharp enough to try to keep them at bay.
Aside from Speedway, I know that you've had a keen interest in car racing too. You're a keen fan of Formula One, I believe. I don't know when you get the chance to watch it.
Yeah.
But do you think Formula One has an influence on the way that you prepare the team?
No, that's such a bigger operation than what I ever going to be able to run. But it's not particularly Formula One. I'm interested in all car racing. I'm a big fan of rally, touring cars, Formula One, you name it. All fast roll cars, anything.
I know you've got a very nice car at home too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, now when I've spoken to you before about Speedway, you've always said that you take one race as it comes, one meeting as it comes. Is that very much the case still?
Yeah, it is. Like I said, I still enjoy my racing, and think I'll keep riding as long as I enjoy it as much as I do. But still, I gotta kind of take year by year. I kind of having about a 2-3 year plan right now for my racing, but it can stop so quickly. I just noticed that 6 weeks ago how fragile your body and career can be, you know. So it made me think, but I think it was kind of good for me too. Now I go out and probably enjoy my racing more than I've done for a while.
Are you a rider that analyses every race before you go out? Do you know who's in each race with you? Do you have a plan? Or do you take each race literally as it comes and get out there and try and win it, whatever?
Yeah, I'm probably kind of an analyzing rider, you know, but that changed too, you know, from meeting to meeting. Some meetings I analyze a lot and not do so well, and some meetings I analyze a lot again and doing well. So it's up and down, and sometimes I do differently. It's depending on what side I wake up on the day.
When you're at the top of the game, does it get any harder to motivate yourself now that you've achieved a lot of the things that you wanted to achieve, or do you get more relaxed about it?
I think both, you know. It is obviously it's harder to motivate myself. I'm not as hungry anymore as I've been for 10 years ago, but also I think that's correct. But I also feel I'm more relaxed about it. I'm not so desperately hanging on to try to be world champion as I used to be. So it changed my life for the better, I think.
I know that we've already said the Speedway schedule is a punishing one for any rider. Do you get time to spend any time off of Speedway during the summer?
No, not off the summer, no. I'm afraid not.
What about during the winter? Is that a time when you get time to relax, or are you busy planning for the next year?
Yeah, kind of busy planning for the next year already, but try to you know, you gotta have a bit of a break from the Speedway and that, and try to be away from it as much as I can, you know. But it's started to be pretty much a 12-month work these days.
I think probably about a year ago you once said that if you couldn't ride for Poole, that you would not, or you would prefer not to ride in England. Is that something that you still believe in, and is riding at Poole that good?
Well, Poole's been really good. I'm really enjoying it here, and I wouldn't say it would be the last time I would ride for any other club, but you know, as long as they keep treating me as good as been treating me the early years, you know, I always hope that I could keep riding here, and same with the fans and everybody. I really enjoyed it here.
And can you see yourself in the future perhaps lining up in the Golden Greats as Ove Fundin and Barry Briggs have done, or do you perhaps see yourself even managing the Swedish team in years to come?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to say. I don't really see the end of my career yet, you know, for another year, so I haven't started thinking about that yet.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Finally, and I know once again that you're a modest man, but like it or not, people are very much influenced by Tony Rickardsson. Rickardsson Racing is a name we all identify with. What would you say if you had the opportunity to influence Speedway, and people are influenced by you? What do you think that you might influence Speedway? How would you influence it? What improvements or changes might you make, if any?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I've always wanted to dream to make Speedway the biggest sport on the planet, you know. And I mean, we've been growing and growing. That is not, you know, my kind of deal. But I really hope that I pushed it in the right direction for where I want the Speedway to go, and I want it to be more professionalized and you know, get more people into the stadiums to enjoy this great sport.
Well, I think you've certainly achieved that for Rickardsson Racing. I know that here at Poole a lot of people come to watch Tony, so well done for that. Thank you for talking to us and sharing your thoughts with us.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, like me, I hope that you've enjoyed hearing more about the man himself, and it's particularly interesting hearing Tony's evaluation of things after taking that knock. Well, right now Tony gets a day off as we return to British League Cup racing.